Hello and welcome to the Kobold Cafe where we are playing Liminality in GURPS 4th edition. I am Luke the GM and we've got Terra
With her mouth full of food. Hi, I'm Tara.
every
I
time.
play Silver Liv, and yeah, she has a wound now, which is like a riding part, like a chocobo, and she's
Yeah,
pumped.
you've had it like 6 weeks as well, so you've got to
Are we
know it.
friends now?
Your friends, it likes you. We've got James, his mouthful.
No, his mic is up.
Hi, I am James. I am playing Alexi, ship's pilot, and he's been alone as everybody sleeps for a
I haven't
while.
been sleeping.
I'm sorry to spoil your paradise, Alexei. The child's awake.
Actually, this might be even more funny.
Okay.
Alexi and Silver have been hanging out exclusively for a couple of weeks straight.
Yeah, for 2 weeks straight, just about, while Gina and Everoth while Gina and Hui have been in cryo. We've got Lee.
Hi, I'm Lee. I play Gina, the layabout gambler, and she absolutely goes in cryo when she can, because she does not want to bond with Silver that much.
No. Yeah, no, I can't think of anything worse. And we've got Everoth.
Hello, I am the sleepy martial artist waiting to be revived for more kung fu fighting.
Very good. Very nice. Previously, the last we saw you, you were setting off on quite a long trek to make a lot of illicit deliveries and eventually learn more about the orb and your pasts, you would hope. You've departed the planet where you've set up a bit of a base of operations for this illegal trading company and semi-legal trading company. And it's been 6 weeks, and you've visited two star systems before this one that you're about to arrive at. It was 2 weeks travel to the first one, Gleaser 226. You stayed there about 4 days. Then it was just over a week's travel to Helsingfors 6113. Again, you spent just about 5 days there. And then it's been a 2 week journey to Gomisa, previously known as Gleaser 487. The last two systems have been a bit boring for most of you. The planets were not ones that you could visit without, full on gear, despite having oxygen atmospheres and native life. Well, native air quotes. Similar to the other places where it seems to be colonized. Not colonized. It's the word.
Settled?
No.
Civilized?
Terraformed.
Terraformed?
Precursor terraformed life. So very limited biodiversity and like an abundance of animals and plant life. But still, mainly used for mining, and the stations you visited in those places were just like rest stops. We had a couple of bars and hotels and shuttle docking platforms for interstellar travel. But you've been keeping on top of the ship's costs. You've been managing to cover those with the jobs you'd picked up, and you're coming out at like fairly tidy profit. Nothing exciting's happened. You've literally just made deliveries, essentially.
Delivery job gone right.
For once.
I believe Alexi literally said something about how if the job is going well, it's really boring.
That does sound familiar. Silver, you have had a lot of time studying the orb now. I believe you've got
Yep.
cryptography. Could you roll it for me?
Yeah. I had to reset my roll 20. So my character closed. So 1 second while I get it. There it is.
I don't want to jinx it, but Roll20's being nicer than usual to me so far.
Why would you say anything? Why would you say that?
I'd already thought it, so it were bad enough, pal, so I may as well say it out loud. Take its power away by giving it power.
Cryptography. It is in here somewhere. There it is.
Woohoo! Success by 2. And you've been working on this for 6 weeks, essentially. So, you've come to a couple of conclusions. The first one is that the orb you found in Iota Persei was not an original inside a casing. It had already merged once with another orb
Oh, okay.
before it merged with yours. And these runes around the outside, though they self-translate in a way, it's all coded, so what you translate is fairly useless. And you feel like you might be missing a section of code. But it might also be redundant. You aren't certain. You think, though, that in the riddles that it translates to, it alludes to the orb being a way to either bring this civilization that left it behind back, or at least point to where to find where they've gone. The runes speak of a dying civilization, one that is going away or going to sleep, and this is a way to bring them back by uniting the spheres. It sounds like it might be a test as well. It says that it's not like the translations from the first one. It says that it's not something you'll be able to achieve unless you are of an advanced civilization already. And this is on purpose.
I'm an advanced civilization on my own, so.
Pretty much. You are riddled with bacteria. Like most humans.
Cool.
In terms of an updated triangulation signal, you still can't be certain of distance in that direction, but it is now definitely pointing in a way, and it's so accurate that you can be certain it's not pointing to any star on this map.
Okay.
But that this is far from every star in the area shown on this map.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, we should be getting a pretty goddamn precise thing at this point, because this would be how many? 1, 2, or oh wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. This next stop will be the 4th or the 5th stop on the thing, so we'd be getting pretty exact by this next one.
Perfect. And I think it's time to wake people up from cryo sleep as you arrive at Gomira. I think the beds have got alarms set to wake them up automatically, or Gina, did you ask Alexi to wake you up?
Automatic makes sense.
So it's the day that you're scheduled to arrive and come out of warp. Your bed pings, and you wake up, Hui, you two, with 0 FP.
So Hui wakes up, and his first thing on his mind is coffee.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think Alexi might be like out in the hall with a couple of mugs of coffee ready.
That's nice of you.
You are amazing.
Silver
Yeah,
approaches
definitely.
behind you with a spoon and a big old frying pan and gives you a little devilish smile. As you're holding the coffee, and she, bang, bang, bang,
Oh God.
bang, bang,
I
bang.
thought you were like about to serve him scrambled eggs or something. No.
Closes the door.
You can
Uh,
still hear it
perhaps
Yeah.
ringing
this
out.
is
Alexi
your
just
typical.
hands you the coffee as the door opens, and then the clanging starts, and Alexi like closes the door for you.
Thank you.
Your FP recovers at the normal rate, so in a couple of hours you'll be back to normal.
Mhm.
Lexi, you're still traveling at positive C, but only for the next 5 minutes or so, at which point you'll be so close to the star that its mass prevents positive C travel. And from there, you'll be in radio contact immediately. It is a tiny, tiny planet around a small red dwarf star, about uh, about a third the size of Sol. I've got a lot of details on it written down. And what's interesting about this place, and this is like not deliberate, this is what the star system generator made, is just a single planet with a breathable atmosphere, although very thin, so not really breathable by humans unless you compress it.
Okay.
It's only got a surface gravity of 0.59 g, and it's only about 2/3 as big as Earth, and it's entirely covered in ocean, except at the poles where it's frozen essentially for just about all the year. But it breaks up and moves around so much that it's not feasible to build much around those areas. The place where people live is on a ring world that surrounds the whole planet. It's got a width of like 100 kilometers, a depth of about 20 kilometers, and then it spans the entire circumference of the planet. About in orbit about 500 kilometers above the surface. It's pretty impressive. A good 3 billion people live on that ring, and maybe 10,000 people live on the planet's surface permanently.
Damn.
Hey, getting out of the boonies finally.
Did I say trillion? I meant 3 billion, if I'd said
That's
trillion.
still a lot.
Yeah, nowhere near as much, but still a lot.
Still a lot. Do they farm like on the planet or?
Yes, there is abundant life on the planet, all aquatic, obviously. But it has huge edible kelp tree plant-like things that grow out of there, and this place essentially repurposes that into other meals with TL9 technology.
Okay.
So a lot of
Sweet.
the on-planet industry is involved in shuttling supplies from the surface to the ring.
Cool.
There are also
Right.
a lot of pretty useful metals under the surface, so there are a fair few industrial drilling platforms as well. Gina's already researched the culture and what's going on a bit. It's quite a socialist system. Um, you won't have many rights as visitors, and it's highly bureaucratic. I think I would like either a research at -2 or a law check at a -4. Any law check at -4. Or a politics at -4.
Research at -2, you said?
Yes, that one'll do it.
So I know I got research. It's just the only problem with the skill character is finding the things.
Yep. I really wish there was an auto sort button for those.
Well, I have them all alphabetized too, but it's still just like. And was it -2? You said.
If you pop the window out, you can control find.
Oh, that's a good. That's cool. All right, I failed though.
Okay. Gina, you have come upon that this place has got really strict customs laws. Um, Not only in terms of what can be taken onto the ring, but what can be taken then from the ring to the planet if you are visiting there. And according to this contract, you are supposed to be trying to get something to an old drilling platform somewhere on this ocean surface.
Hey, Alexi, have you seen this yet? And she'll show him the optical section.
No, I hadn't quite figured that out yet.
The
Are we
actual. Sorry, go on.
are we gonna be able to get down to the? Are we gonna be able to make our delivery like legit style or not?
I don't know. I think we're gonna need some more information.
Not.
You monitor, datapad, whatever, or just the cockpit if you're in there. Beeps and notifies you that you've just passed below light speed. Um, and it starts, scanning for radio signals,
Okay.
frequencies, etc.
So I assume I don't think we've really talked about it, but I'm assuming that yeah, it takes like a couple of hours at least between coming out of light speed and getting to your destination within a solar system.
Yeah, you're hundreds of AU away still. It's gonna take, and the closer you get to the star, the slower you get exponentially. So it does take at least 2 hours before you'll be initiating any kind of docking procedure.
Yeah,
Probably
okay.
an hour before you actually get communicated with by that station. Because not everyone
Okay.
that comes into the system heads straight to the ring.
So I think the first thing we do when we get into the system is start a sweep looking for a bounty hunter butthead ship signal.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's always our first step.
Yeah, no, like
He
I'm
is
I'm
not.
sure the list will get bigger, and every time it does, we
No sign of him. So the last place that he was following you was frickin' miles away. Um,
oh yeah, but
he thought you were going this way, but then you cut and came this way.
yeah, but it's now like we spent so long on Gliza 49 that
Hmm.
fucking he could be anywhere by now.
Also, though, Silver baited him, and she got famous in that region.
Yes.
I also told Daddy that I was kidnapped and sold by him.
Hmm. And didn't you point him somewhere else entirely? Didn't you say that were happening in a different system?
Oh yeah, wicked far away.
So, yeah, it's that definitely comes up clear, and you have no reason to expect otherwise.
But we have also left a bit of an underworld paper trail
So you are trackable.
and a legal paper trail, so we are trackable too. So
What
I
you'd
think
want to
it's just
be,
we have an automated feature on our ship. Whenever we get into a system, it just goes. I can
yeah,
even program that for you if you want.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that got programmed in like session 1, 2 maybe.
Yeah.
we might want to search for signals just in case.
There are there are a few stations knocking about. Uh, like I said, it's because this place is so socialist. Essentially, everything is operated and run by the government. There is hardly any private enterprise even allowed in this system, and they've got a decent navy left over from the last big war times that sort of enforces it. They do patrol around the planet mostly, though. They don't really bother with the far edges. But once your course becomes clear, maybe 10 minutes after coming out of light speed, you will receive a transmission asking for your intentions.
Oh, private shipping group just moving some product. Got a couple of deliveries of, I believe it's, I don't know, some kind of seeds.
Always seeds.
We have been picking up
We,
legal cargo along the way.
Yeah, you have. You have got legal
yeah.
cargo to deliver to the ring. You've just also got very illegal cargo to deliver to the surface and to Canaan. But the ring itself is, like I said, it's huge, but it's also got 360 docking sections for interstellar spacecraft, and these are actually a good 100 kilometers away from the outer edge of the ring, extended on long booms, where gravity from rotation does not really affect you on board your ship as much. It's much lower. Or would it be stronger?
It'd be way stronger if it goes outward. Those booms would have to be inward towards the planet for it to be.
Yeah.
Or no, it might be way. But you'd be falling farther.
Confucian. Maybe you just dock with the outside edge of the ring and you have to face gravity on your ship during that period. But this is a common problem all over the galaxy. I'm sure your ship's designed in such a way that when it is under gravity, your furniture is oriented nicely for you.
You just land up, come up through like a hole in the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Makes assaulting a ship that much more difficult.
Mm. Wells. Because of time delays, you don't get a response immediately, obviously.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you do get given permission to dock somewhere. You are going to be taxed quite significantly. Let's roll the ship's wealth, I believe, for this. That's a decent roll. You can
I ever.
never just dip out.
You did.
I think his thing just died.
Oh dear. You can afford
There
the
he is.
docking fees.
Welcome back, Cover.
All right. Yep. Pay the docking fees.
And your ship isn't going to be subject to any kind of interior scan,
Well, that's good.
That's a good thing.
but they do perform several exterior scans as you approach.
Hopefully it
And
doesn't pick up our nuclear weapon.
I mean, those are probably the most detectable things on your ship, but given you're also got nuclear engines on it,
Mm-hmm.
those are...
Yeah, and I feel like if we put so much, if there was so much effort put into hiding that gun from view, it would also be pretty well hidden from scans.
I'd like to think that you're saying that out loud right now. You did ask though about the distance between here and the actual planet. Was there a
Yeah.
reason for that? Is there something you wanted to do in those couple of hours?
I mean, just maybe some more research on the planet underworld.
Mm-hmm. Give me a
Like,
streetwise actually, yeah, because you've all got internet now as well. You can all start doing more looky ups.
Oh, my download, my download schedule that I've been making for the past like couple months has just dumps. As soon as it's got a thing, it starts dumping onto the sites that I post on.
Mm-hmm. There is a postcard here from Alicia that's managed to beat you here, dated like 4 weeks ago. That must have come on super fast data ship. And yeah, they're
it's
doing
actually
well.
an interesting concept. There's literally just a ship, and it's all engines and a server room.
There's
Nice.
lots of ships like that. There are lots of automated interstellar ships that sole purpose is to accumulate antimatter and to deliver messages.
Okay, yeah. So do I have to pay for that? The data dump, or does it just like automatically do it for like this is more of an ISP thing?
Are you dumping data or are you getting data?
I built about a couple months worth of content for the time we
Oh,
were traveling.
yeah, so you're uploading, so you will have to pay fees for that. Um,
Okay, do I need
roll,
to roll for it?
yeah, roll your wealth at like a +5, honestly.
Okay.
But it will take your bonus down by 1, whether you succeed or fail.
I don't think I have a bonus right now. What the hell's going on with my
Your
character?
bonus is 5 right now. That's the bonus I'm giving you after all this hard work you've all been doing.
Oh, okay.
Residual money, because you did leave with a bit of cash. That's a
Yeah,
bad
I make it.
roll, but you make it, yeah.
What's going on with my character?
Hmm.
Yeah, so Alexi succeeded the streetwise by 6. And really he's more just looking for like a lay of the land on it.
Hmm. There is dodginess to be found on the dark web. Dark web. Um, and you even find, like, you get confirmation received signal from your contact on the planet. The person who's meant to be accepting this delivery of missile launchers that you bring in for this place.
Okay.
Um, like as soon as you arrive and reach out for him, he gets back to you within a couple of hours. He must have been waiting for you. Uh, and he says he's ready to accept the delivery at any time you can fly it down. He's on an abandoned drilling platform, essentially.
Okay, yeah, and I think that the when he meant lay of the land, he was also trying to like get the who's who in the gang world.
Okay.
Because if there's routes to get down, someone from there is gonna know.
Got ya. Yeah, there is smuggling to the surface for sure. It all seems to go through just one person, honestly, you think, based on this. Uh, nah, that's crazy. Maybe about 5 different people, but it does seem like the gang world's stagnated, so there's just essentially overlords for these various regions that have managed to stay in power by keeping heavy bribes on the government officials.
Okay.
But pretty much wherever your docking platform is that you get assigned, there's going to be one guy that you have to worry about stepping on his toes and asking for help.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll make a note of whose territory we're gonna be kind of docked in, and
Hmm.
maybe we'll go meet him.
You do find that bribing is a good way to get through in a lot of things. The the Politburo is highly bribable, and the security force even more so.
Excellent.
Not so much we money, but we luxury goods for sure.
Oh, okay.
Citizens of this world don't have money. They haven't for about 200 years now. There is still a black market that uses it, mostly Canaan dollar, because that's, you know, the next system over.
Fair enough.
And and people will always trade in luxury goods from other planets. Alcohol's restricted here. You can't get anything stronger than like 20% by volume.
Shit.
Um,
Those schnapps, like weak schnapps.
yeah, that's the strongest thing you're getting is like a strong wine or a weak schnapps. Tobacco is illegal.
Legal?
Tobacco is illegal on the ring of
Illegal.
Roman planet. Cannabis is illegal.
Oh, well, shit, we've got cannabis coming out the yin yang.
Yeah, you're allowed that on your ship. The only things that actually get inspected are products you bring onto the station or planet.
Well, yeah, but if we're gonna be bribing people with cannabis,
Oh, right. Ah, yeah,
if they want
If you bribe
luxury
anyone,
goods and we
how more
grow a luxury good,
yeah.
Just hope you don't get somebody that,
Finds out about all this weed that's on this spaceship and comes around with a couple of shotguns.
or is a
When you
teetotaler.
start looking, when
Mm.
you start looking over the cannabis stock, she's gonna like, why are you looking at that? I can tell you how much is left. Don't worry about anything that's missing.
Silence.
James, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
we can't leave the. We can't. We're not logging the cannabis that seriously, but it's an illegal luxury good down here, so this could be worth its weight in gold right now.
Sure,
I
just
mean,
like
I'm just saying, if anything went missing during our trip, it's not a big deal, right?
Are you smoking a bunch of weed? What were you smoking and not inviting me to these sessions? We were on the ship goddamn alone for weeks. Like,
it's okay to smoke the weed. It's just not okay. It's not okay to steal from us.
Something clicks in her head, and she just goes, "Oh, okay."
like this would be mostly for personal use, but it's rude to bogart the pipe.
Nice.
I'm not bogarting the pipe. I made one.
What I mean
Flashback.
is that you are
Flash-
smoking stash and not inviting us to it.
Silver.
we want.
Flashback. There's like an intricate bong in the
Oh, you made a bong. Nice.
like a scientific one, like you
Mhm.
know, like not designed to look cool or anything, just very specifically like
There's like a water distiller on the side of it, and
yeah,
like an area that's like made of metal that freezes and
Awesome. Absolutely awesome. Wheel. You get your docking spot. Oh. Gambling also is heavily restricted on this planet. There is one amongst you who's quite into gambling.
oh
Lisa.
no.
So you won't find any casinos. There is, and it's like people don't have anything to gamble with either. The closest thing is pretty much pachinko, where people play for. You get luxury tokens. The workers, though they don't have money, they do have tokens for luxuries that they can treat themselves to every now and then. Like one of them will buy them a film and stuff like that, and you can spend one here to get a bunch of pachinko balls or slot chips.
That's horrific.
And you don't win money as prizes. You get to choose from like candy, stuffed animals, 20%
Yeah,
by volume wine.
she'll stick to the illegal stuff. Because that sounds awful.
The illegal stuff is everywhere, and some are it based. Did you give me a streetwise check?
Oh, sure. Let me give you a roll.
But Alexia'd have been able to point out to you that, like, on the dark web of this system, there are advertisements for 20,000 buy-in poker games and stuff like that. So though you don't find anything more specific, you do know that you can buy into high roller card games.
She's confident that she'll be able to find something when she goes and looks.
Very big blinds.
Gina doesn't. Well, I mean, she does research, but she also is kind of reliant upon wandering and stumbling into places.
Yeah, that happens for you a lot, I think, doesn't it? But Oh,
we have a thing to deliver, right?
you do have a thing to deliver, and Silver, you've got an exact location that
Or
this
just pings.
well, it's the direction that it's pointing to. You've narrowed it down already. It's like you thought you'd narrowed it down at the last place, and this does it by like a tiny, tiny portion of an arc second. Except
Marked on the map.
the star that it's pointing at is not. I will mark it in 1 second. I just point to where it is. There is a star here, but it's not marked as part of, the traveled galaxy. So over these past 2 weeks, you'd not really been able to figure out where it were because it doesn't form part of any of the saved navigation charts that you'd been keeping. But now that you've arrived and had 2 hours to fly to the planet, that's plenty of time to just look up an astronomy chart rather than a navigation chart and find out that it is this star, and it's got some stupid name like BD plus 4421 by whatever, and it's allegedly got no exoplanets.
We know that to be fake.
Uh-huh. I mean, yeah,
Maybe it no longer has planets.
it's either pointing to that or something so far behind it that it's in the next galaxy over.
I mean, mathematically, it's pointing to that. Once you get 5 points, you pretty much have it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
There's a
Like, you
pretty
can-
solid cross section of lines.
Yeah, exactly. And especially with how well designed this reader is, like we designed this thing to be super sensitive.
Yep. And you've got over a week's worth of data from several points as it slowly nudges in that direction. It is highly accurate, you expect.
Cool.
Yes. Oh, I did want a navigation to work that out, actually. But oh well. You could ask Alexei, and I'm sure he'd be able to do it for you straight away.
I mean, I think Alexi's busy doing other things.
Probably.
Look, can you
Yes.
hear me?
Yes, I can.
Would this be then a really law-abiding civilization that we're gonna have a lot of trouble doing illegal stuff, right?
Potentially, but not necessarily. I mean, there's not that much legal stuff that you're hoping to do on the ring, I don't think.
Yeah, I think the only illegal thing we're trying to do on the ring is move goods through it
Hmm.
and gamble.
I thought it was gonna be harder then. Never mind then.
And, oh, there we go. I've caught up with where I wanted. So, you're 10 minutes out, you're at coasting speeds now, using only reaction engines, which vent out carbon dioxide to shaft you very slowly. You've matched the rotation of the ring and you're coming in above your docking node. And a voice comes on the radio and it says, ASND, we've completed our final scan, and would you care to explain the existence of the turret on your ship?
Big galaxy, we got a right to defend ourselves.
This is correct. Keep it powered down, please. We'll be requiring the immigration papers of everyone aboard for the purpose of for our records and the duration and nature of your stay. And please prepare any cargo at your docking area for inspection that will be loaded to the ring.
All right.
Come on, lighter. Click, 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 click. I blew it
Click,
out
click,
with my
click.
nose.
Click, 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 click. That's definitely gonna be down.
You get docked, probably. Give me a piloting check. high-performance spacecraft. Or actually, no, this is ship handling, right? Is it?
You want ship handling?
Dockie's probably just piloting.
Yeah, probably. And you did an amazing job. Do you have ship handling? Yeah, you do. Badass. I should be getting that off you more because, you know, you are the captain, air quotes, of this ship. De facto.
I think he's like the operational captain. Like,
you do all the work. Like, if you were to die, then no one else would be able to make the spaceship as efficiently go between star systems.
We could probably get to the next star and dock.
That's
But
good
it would
to know.
be it would be a task.
And then there you'd have to pay someone extortionate amounts to make sure that you're not going to explode mid-journey to the next place.
I think at that point it would be one of those things where it's like, all right, we're finding a new Alexi, right?
Poor Alexei. I like to think you're keeping his like skull on the dashboard or something. Grim.
oh my god. Next guy gets back out and he's like, "What the hell is that? Oh,
Don't touch it.
That's our captain. His soul is one with the ship."
Um. Has everyone given their real names and legitimate documents?
I mean, at this point, I kind of have to because we've. Okay, question. With me, how has that gone? Because I probably
Right,
would have. At
we
some
should have
point
discussed
had to
this.
have-
You likely wanted to emigrate to Hedatet after the first couple of weeks of that time skip we did there, right?
Yeah, exactly.
List that as your home planet, and Alexei, you'd probably do the same as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason Alexi set up an entire legitimate shipping company based off of that planet.
Yeah, that is
Like-
all achievable for all of you, essentially.
Like, yeah, I mean, I figure. So,
Is there a reason
As-
for people other than Silver to have done that? Because I assume we already have the equivalent of the passport.
You do already have the equivalent of passports. I think I said before that yours were from Canaan, right, Lee?
I honestly don't remember.
No, I don't remember. I might have never specified.
They aren't from her original system, but they're a place that she adopted at some point and got papers from.
Mm-hmm.
Canaan totally works.
At this point, you would have figured out your pretty much entire travel history, Gina, from being born. Just going through old data on your things and coming across old social media posts. For example, you did realise that you'd all visited Gliese 226 and Helsing 4's 6113 before, because you all had accounts open at the
Right.
service stations you stopped at.
But sorry, I'm distracting. She uses a regular ID.
Okay, cool. Well, you have about an hour wait before customs shows up to check the legal things that you're unloading, which are actually...
We never. Sorry, I hate to belabor this point, but we never quite.
Ooh.
So I do have legal. I am a legal person now.
Yeah, yes,
Just
correct.
to be clear.
You are a legal person with status out of Hedatet.
Cool.
You would have had to list parents. You could have made people up, though, if you'd have wanted. And just had Alexei pretend to be your dad or some such.
oh, hey, before we docked, could we have like gotten a couple of us together in front of like a window to take like a selfie in front of the like
In front of the
planet
ring.
behind us,
Yeah, that's no issue.
so that way we could send that off to
Mm-hmm. It is an
Rado
impressive
and-
sight. You can get a great shot with like the sun on the other side of the planet. So this glowing red ball in the distance, and then this big white and blue marble with a ring around it.
yeah, and then
Ooh.
hide somewhere in the message. Or no, maybe maybe Rado knows that when I'm just thinking about getting word as quickly as possible to
You think you
the
might
arms
have come up
dealer
with some
guy.
secret codes
I
so
don't
you
even
could
think it's a
send
secret code.
pictures?
I think it's just a picture that says a picture, and once he gets the picture, he knows we're
Yeah,
there.
yeah, and
So that way he can tell the arms dealer guy that, delivery's being made, or
yep. And it
probably has been made, and if it hasn't, we'll hear soon.
yep. Sounds good. I feel like you've sent maybe 2 pictures from the last 2 places you visited. One as you arrived and one as you left.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And like smiling in all of them. So if something goes wrong, you'll send him one with a frowny face on the leaving or something.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and then just like the also the relevant paperwork for the delivery.
Oh, right, of course, because you are making
Yeah.
legal deliveries here as well.
Yeah, yeah. So like be sending all that
Invoices and
legitimate.
stuff. Yep,
Yeah,
cool.
because it's all super delayed, but
Mhm. You still got to record all this stuff, and
yep.
this is a lot quicker than waiting for you to come back for all this stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, he'll do it that way.
Customs shows up, inspects what I presume are only legal goods, and finds only legal goods. The customs agent, however, who's like the equivalent of stamping your passport, they do take biometrics, um, facial scans essentially, because facial recognition technology is quite heavily employed on the ring. Everyone submitting to those, you essentially won't be allowed to disembark unless you do.
I mean,
Yep.
yeah.
Koi,
Yep.
the customs agent scans you all and then says, well, welcome back, some of you. Mr. Geiss. I always forget Gina's last name.
Weimer.
Gina, sorry?
Weimer.
Weimer. Ms. Weimer, Mr. Alexei. Ah, but I see
Avalia. Alexia Avalia.
Alexei at Mr. Valia, but I see you and Hui, did you change your nationality to Haditian, the place where you've built your dojo? Or did you keep your old nationality that you don't know where it is? Everoth?
Uh, uh it's Biden? No. Trait, I think. Yeah.
No, I
This
mean,
would be his name.
like, are you... Because Sylvan needed a new identity, because she didn't have one. So she's changed her nationality to Hedatet, that planet that you left last session.
Uh-huh.
You've got a passport, but it's of a place that, you don't remember, and no one here knows about, and it's kind of backwoods.
I guess he will still use that one with the hope of once finding it out or remembering where it's from. He'll figure out
Cool.
the brain will someday give him back his.
Radio. So yeah, it's only Alexei says. Any reason for your change in nationality?
Oh, my brother had moved over to that to Hedatat. Sorry, I couldn't remember the name of the planet. My brother had moved over to Hedatat and had a niece there and family there, and well, I came into some money, and when we started a company, I went into business proper with my brother, and we bought a docks and a whole.
Family. He
It's
means
it's the
family.
whole thing. And then I'm gonna roll
It's just
fast talk
blinking
as
at you,
well,
like,
just to like throw a long story at him.
oh, that's a good fast talk. If anyone who's actually watching wonders what my 2 GM checks were before that fast talk, that was an interrogation followed by Alexei's will. But seeing as he has got That's pretty much exactly how it should have gone, really, based on those rolls. So he just nods and then says, and who is the parent of guardian of you, Miss Liv?
So we never got. We kept getting sidetracked.
We kept getting sidetracked.
Parents are listed as unknown.
Unknown orphan. Who is
Like, and in the paperwork, it could have been like abandoned. Like in the notes.
cool?
I don't look anything like any of these people.
That is a great point.
I got a good cover story. You're a work apprentice.
Well, no, and then my legal guardian is just whoever wanted to take me via on the ship. Does anyone want to claim Liv
Quay
as
will adopt you.
There were a few times on Hedatet where it were Hui and Silver walking around town doing shit.
yeah? So
I bet you
Hui
got
is
Hui to be your guardian for getting the nationality papers.
There we go.
So yeah, and Mr. Hui, Mr. Geis, you are Silver's guardian.
He starts typing on the machine. Yes,
Just raises an eyebrow at your weirdness. They're all speaking Galactic Common as well. We outmutter an accent. Compared to, what am I on about? Everywhere's got weird accents. Yeah, everywhere's got weird accents. So, but it is quite clearly Galactic Common. There is only one other language at this place, and it's pretty much only really spoken by the people planet side. And it's not that different from Galactic Common. You don't even need translation software to default off Galactic Common to it.
I can speak. No. Wait. Could I? Disadvantages. His communication. Yeah. Did we agree that he was just talk shy?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're just
Or
shy.
just,
You could talk like whatever you want. You just choose not to because you don't like how your voice sounds, I think.
Well, no, he doesn't know most of the big languages, so he uses a translator for that because he doesn't have a lot of schoolwork. He doesn't know how to translate and stuff like that. So if he knows the same language, then yes, he might speak a little bit. But all of the time he's using the translator because he doesn't know.
Well, what about with these guys then? Because they all speak Galactic Common for the most part, I think, all the time, don't you?
Yeah.
I don't. If I know Galactic Common and they know Galactic Common, I guess he could speak a little bit. He would be speaking without the translator for the first time because they
I
speak
think
the
we've
same
all
language.
assumed that he doesn't speak Galactic Common.
So
Yeah.
one day he's just gonna start talking it, and we're all just gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, so he's like for the first time, yes, I am the parent. He's placing his whole paperwork that they did for the guardianship.
And everyone just stares at him blankly
Yep,
for a
he
good
gets
few seconds,
shocked
trying
looks.
not to.
Yeah.
Acting check from everyone, probably. If we
Yeah,
should.
if you don't want to look really weird right now in front of the customs agents, I will need an acting check. From everyone except Hui. Alexei, you managed to close your jaw before it hits the ground.
Silver doesn't even blink an eye. You might get a micro expression out of her.
Yeah, you all do a great job.
I do love that we are an entire crew of people who are incredibly skilled at lying.
Yep.
Well,
Most
now that their other counterpart is gone, I don't think he was super good at lying.
Yeah, no, maybe not. But yeah, now you
Now
are
we
just
are.
all liars. Now you're just a bunch of liars. Well, welcome to Gomisa. Entertainment chits are available at a rate of something per 10 units. Please conduct any business you've got quickly and leave.
Yeah, we get the picture.
He gives him a bow and proceeds with the rest of the group.
Once that guy leaves, I'm like, I don't know about the rest of you, but I don't want to stay here very long.
I mean, obviously the bureaucrats are annoying, but there's probably some places worth hanging out here. Like, population 3
Also,
billion.
you
It's
can
a city.
fucking talk.
Yeah. Where the hell did that come from?
Why haven't you?
I don't know most of the languages you speak. I rely a lot on the translator. Sorry.
But
Do you know this one?
Galactic Common.
Yes.
Well, I'll speak this one, yo.
I think there's just a face palm from Silver, just like, oh my god.
Have you been listening to us and understanding us like most of the time,
Wait,
and
Yes.
still
If-
using that damn thing?
but to be fair, if he'd been using his translation software the whole time, you might have been assuming that it was translating it. What they were
That is
saying.
what I was assuming.
Yeah.
I also thought that I was under the impression that he didn't knew Galactic Common and relied on the thing. Not sure if I'm remembering that incorrectly.
We might have got this all wrong. Maybe you don't know a galactic standard at all.
I think at this point, he's set himself up. You could spend 2 of your points for skills.
Again,
And
by
by
this point,
Galactic
you already
Common
learned it,
spoken.
yes.
Yeah, you've got one language that's not galactic standard. So you might, at this point, just be kind of grasping it. You know
Yeah,
what?
it
At
just
the
spent
last
2 of your
place you...
skill points.
Yeah. Essentially, you can do that. If you've
So
got
we're
any
less
available.
shocked and offended and more impressed and pleased that you're learning.
I don't think you've got any available at the minute, have you?
I don't, but if you want me to do some tweaking, I can take out some points and do that.
Yeah, even if it's just... Yeah, I'm fine with you tweaking if you want to take the language.
You also don't need to have the language.
Yeah,
I mean,
you don't need to. We can
at this-
carry on and we can retcon that.
It's a good idea. I like it. No,
I
it's
actually
fine.
like this
I like
change.
the idea.
I like this change of events too. Just like
Cool.
You can talk. I can sing. No.
That's where I went also.
Anyhow, let's get this fucking cargo delivered and
Definitely.
figure out how to get down to the surface.
Wait, the surface.
Yeah, the surface.
we're
I
not
thought
on
we-
the ring.
You're on the ring right now, and the person collecting your legal cargo arrives right this second. He's like, hello there. Is this the cargo?
Yep, this is the cargo.
Very good. Can I get a freight cargo from Hui for the unloading that already happened technically?
You got it.
Freight handling, managed it, no trouble at all, and you succeeded loading it, so you do a good job. You're earning your keep. And this guy's got like a little loader thing. It's got wheels that are strange, and you can see past the cargo bay that you're in that there's rails it can attach to. And yeah, this place seems to have fairly efficient transportation options. Is what I'm trying to get at. Like he drives away and then hooks onto a rail that takes him into an elevator where the rails are also there, and it spins him round 180 degrees before it lifts up. He will go and connect with someone else and drive however many thousands of kilometers at hundreds of kilometers an hour.
For a place so corrupt, this place seems really efficient.
I say so corrupt, it's really not that corrupt. It's just that a lot of the less harmful crimes are overlooked in return for access to the opportunity to partake in those criminal activities.
Okay.
by having nicer booze.
Or any moose.
Yeah, pretty much any booze.
Also, Luke, side note, in the Discord, I uploaded a wound.
Oh, cool.
I didn't make it. I just bought the rights for that 3D model. So
Nice. Bought a dodo.
So, I think
not
one
a
thing
dodo.
that'll
That's an extinct dinosaur or terror bird.
Oh, even better. Terrifying.
I think something that Alexi is gonna do. He is going to package a whole bunch of like palming packages of cannabis,
Okay.
and he's
Mhm.
gonna hide them throughout his suit.
Nice.
So along with all the other. What's my bonus on this?
Luke, one of the bedrooms we could have turned into the wound pen.
You really could have. You've got.
Could we have done that?
Yeah. Yep.
One.
The one closest to the cargo bay or the one opposite your room?
Closest to cargo bay makes the most sense.
Man, getting that thing through this like tunnel of sensitive material sounds
He
terrifying.
is well trained.
Very
She,
well
is it he or
trained.
she? I would have gotten a she in my drunkenness probably.
Yeah, it's a female. All racing woon are females.
So we've probably had a few really big egg breakfasts, Alexi, with a ton of leftovers a couple times.
Nice.
Cool.
Actually got to get in it with like a drill or something like that.
Yeah, a hammer, pretty much. But you want to be drilling it in space. Yeah, I think you've got medical equipment from the med bay for opening those eggs. She's only laid one so far. I think she lays them like every 7 weeks ish. As long
Sorry,
as she's eating
sidetrack.
right. No, that's fine. This is what I'm here for this session. Honestly, I have got plans, but they're more vague, and I were hoping for a shorter one today as well. Honestly, but end of there. So you've got a bunch of cannabis to distribute potentially. That's a good crime. Oh, I forgot something that the custom agents wanted to say. When they said welcome back, they also said, we've made note of your bounties, Mr. Avila, your bounty with the Solar Federation and the Guangdong Federated Empire, and Ms. Weimer, we've noted your bounties likewise, and Mr. Geiss, we've noted your bounties. We shan't enforce them, we have no extradition pacts, but bear in mind that if you do commit any crimes here whatsoever, beyond a class 1, which they tell you the punishment for is like a night in a prison cell pretty much, drunken disorderly kind of thing. But any crimes beyond that, and maybe even just that crime or less, will result in deportation, and we will look to claim your most valuable bounties as a way to recover expenses incurred by your crimes. So keep your noses clean. And then he goes away. And then
Maybe
Alexi
we
gets a
don't
bunch of
sell
illegal
pot
cannabis
here.
ready to distribute.
Ray has a bounty? What has he done?
Yeah.
Gina's surprised by that as well.
Yeah, actually, that
On
changes
the way out,
plans a bit.
I'm like, can I have a copy of those?
Yes, of course. We'll forward you the relevant public information provided by the Solar Federated Empire and Guangdong Federated Empire. No, it's the Solar Federation and the Guangdong Federated Empire. There we go.
Alright, and once I got them downloaded, I'm gonna do like a drum roll thing. Alright, who has the biggest bounty?
I'd like a copy as well.
Yep, you get your copies. They just give you all your private copies. In fact, I don't. He'd like look at Silver and say, I can give them to the individuals that they relate to, and with their permission, I can give them you copies. I can give you a copy. Looks at Alexi.
All right. All right. So nobody look at your bounties. Nobody look at your bounties.
There we go.
And we blind man's bluff it.
I mean, what if somebody's like 2 billion for mass murder?
Bounty reveal party.
I think it's only fair. So let's get on the ship, and we blind man buff it. And you can't tell me that you don't want to bet on who's got the highest bounty.
And Luke, before we do this, could I add one thing when I did my data upload download?
Mm-hmm.
Could I have checked for a updated bounty on me? Because it's not quite a bounty. It's like a lost
cargo, lost child, reward for finding my lost child. Yeah.
Research, computer use.
Yeah, just
Like,
a computer
the
operation.
Silvers comes in a carton of milk.
Just yours
I
has
won.
actually been cancelled. It looks like, at least in the same places where you found it before that are still accessible here. It looks like it got taken off of them about 4 weeks ago.
So I'm gonna lose this bet, but I can still dead man's bluff it. All right, let's go.
Blind man's bluff. Blind man's
Blind
bluff.
man's bluff.
Nah, dead man's bluff, whatever that is. Who thinks they've got the biggest?
All right. So don't look at yours. Don't look at yours yet.
Sure.
All right. And then he'll I don't know. Is it like a pad or something? A data pad, or what would they give it to us on?
Yeah, it's a PDF essentially.
We can probably just like hold our phones up and
Yeah,
shoot
okay,
at
yeah.
each other.
Everybody just holds their phone towards each other. Just so we're clear, everybody knows what blind man's bluff is, right?
Well,
Yeah,
in
it's
the
the thing
UK,
where you
it's
put
a
a card in
game
your
where you
forehead.
blindfold each other. Well, it's a game where someone is blindfolded and spins around, and everyone else in the room hides, and the blindfolded person has to try and tag you. But you can also move around while they're blindfolded and dizzy.
Completely different game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is
completely
one where you
different.
take a
Yeah.
card, like lick it, slap it to your forehead, and everyone bets.
Okay.
Like the only card on the table you can't see is your own,
And you're betting whether or not you have the highest card.
and you're betting whether or not you've got the highest
Oh,
card.
okay. So everyone just holds the phones up to the forehead like that.
Yeah,
Cool.
so we're all just holding our phones out towards the group. And
I
then,
got a big fat 0 now.
like,
Ooh.
Alexi will look around and be like, "Yeah, I think I got more," and he puts $5,000 on the.
I don't know. What are everyone else's?
Yeah, like, what do we get?
Well, I can't really tell you, can I? Because then one of you
Well,
will
you
know.
can.
I feel like we're in a group of people who are not gonna metagame this.
Waze
Yeah.
is the lowest.
So
Alexi and
Gina would put her money on Alexi.
Alexi and Gina, I think it's too close to call. You know, it's like a difference of $100 or some shit. It changes daily based on the exchange rate. Alexi's and Gina's.
The hell? How?
Because they're wanted in 2 different places.
You both
Yeah.
wanted in 2 different places, and both your values.
That's Gina's reaction.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Perfect reaction.
Yeah, Alexi like looks over at yours. Gina.
The PDF's got
And
a
it's
graph
like,
of the
oh.
value of the bounty relative to this country.
Oh, you're gonna wanna fold on this one as he puts that $5,000 down. Just like, yeah, I don't know. I think you might wanna call this one out.
No, I'm gonna ride, and she puts the $5,000 on you.
Oh, you raise?
She thinks you have the highest bounty.
Oh, okay.
Or sorry, Lee isn't super familiar with the game either. He's only seen it on movies. Do you only have? Are you only allowed to bet on yourself, or are you allowed to bet
Pretty
on
much.
others?
Yeah, you're just betting
You're
that
allowed
you've
to
got the highest
fold.
card. Yeah,
Oh
you are
yeah, no,
totally
I'm
allowed to fold.
absolutely out. Nope, I don't have the
Okay.
highest.
I
It's
fold,
it's
knowing full well that I got 0 right now.
and way.
Uh, I fold same, knowing that I probably don't have anything close to these guys. Especially,
I
like,
see. I see how it is.
older
I
guys.
see how it is. Y'all.
Also,
I see what y'all think of me.
It's
I mean, I was
Gina.
surprised I have a bounty at all.
Gina's is the highest today. A month ago, Alexi's were the highest. There is a graph showing the value over time based on exchange rates between the GFE and the Solar Federation. And based on those, last week Gina were worth about 1,000 credits less. And this week she's worth 1,000 credits more than Alexi.
Gina's less concerned with the value. Well, I mean, obviously, who wins the bet matters, but the it's more what do we want? What do we want it for? Because she wasn't expecting to be
yeah.
wanted at all.
So the actual
Awesome.
data on this of what you wanted for is limited. You've both got lower bounties in the Solar Federated Empire. They're only in the like 50 to 70,000 mark for both of you.
Mhm.
But in the GFE, um, it's quite remarkable. It's over 1 million each.
What the hell did you get us into?
Why do you assume it was fucking me?
How
But
many
it's always
revolutions
you.
have you started in the last 3 months?
I've not started any.
You got rid of that
You had to
passenger.
think.
No. He's
We
right. He could have been Villano. It could have been a team.
No, you're right. It was probably one of them. Sorry.
Hui's bounty
I'm just surprised.
is entirely for being an accomplice to Alexi.
Nice.
Why bounty at all? He's
It's
gonna
like,
just be like, no, no,
yeah, there's no specific crimes given. Gina, you wanted for fraud in the Solar Federated Empire, and it's listed as grand sabotage, your crimes in GFE.
That doesn't sound
That's
good.
And Alexei, you're wanted for multiple counts of murder and grand sabotage in GFE. And you wanted for breaking and entering, robbery, petty theft in the Solar Federation.
okay.
And Hui's apparently an accomplice to that.
And
Silver,
I'm
you
thinking,
would have won if your bounty was still in effect, but that's in a different name anyway. It's not even in a name. It's just got your description and picture
cargo.
and
Yeah.
the family name.
All right. Well, at least they're not suspecting us of smuggling.
Does that mean Gina wins the 5k off Alexi because she had the higher bounty?
No.
No, it means
Oh, because
everyone loses.
Hold it out.
everyone loses. What happens to that 5k? Goes to the house.
What? Alexi takes it back.
A cat
He was
runs
the only one that
past.
didn't fold.
Cat runs past and picks it
Alexi technically won, but he won nothing.
up.
No, he got the initial buy-in. Like he maybe made like a couple hundred, but that's it.
Fair.
So yeah, considering your bounty's worth over 1 million, quite nice. And considering one of them's for multiple murders, very nice that this place isn't just going to arrest you immediately.
Well, I mean,
Maybe
no extradition.
hopefully we avoid the GFE.
Well, yeah, those GFE and Solar Federation are about as capitalist as you can get, and these are about as anti-capitalist as you can get. Anti-capitalist.
Quick side note, Luke. Do
Yeah.
I have writing? I think I have writing, but if I don't have writing already, I would have bought it in the last couple weeks.
Let's see. I must have given you writing, surely. Yeah, you've got writing. Is it not on
Okay.
your sheet?
It's on the fucking wall.
XXXXX.
Huh. Yeah, it's just because I've not got it highlighted, so I must have forgot to. It's your very last skill in my reference sheet. IQ
Is it
average.
at a 13?
Yeah, 1 point in it.
I thought it was DX average.
For writing. Oh, riding! Riding! I'm sorry, you have got that. But it is specifically for horses. And horse-like animals. Equine.
Okay.
Does
I will
Silver have a pony?
Not
Silver
yet.
Silver has a pony in animal cryo sleep that she will be given.
Equine.
It's
Somewhere.
it's a gift on Sol for Silver when she gets delivered, but she's been stolen, so the pony had to go into cryo sleep. And it is, let me tell you now, it is not cheap to keep a pony in cryo sleep.
Say
Alright.
the pony.
So in the time that we
Sorry.
were in en route, could I have taken equine bird-like?
You are allowed. Yeah, I will allow you to take bird-like
Riding avian.
riding avian. That's the one.
Riding.
And it's also DX average. Essentially, you could default
avian.
to the avian at just a -4. The saddles are very similar.
Would it be flighted or flightless avian?
Avian flightless. There you go. Or maybe just yeah. Across the galaxy, in the planets that the precursors terraformed, there are quadrupeds, hexapeds, or hexapods, and bipeds that are all about the right size and trainable to be ridden by humanoid bipeds.
I'm just gonna put avian flightless, and you can change it later if you want.
So yeah, you've got equine, avian flightless. I don't know if there are any flighted animals that people have learnt to ride yet. Saint Avatar.
No sex ponytails.
No sex ponytails, I'm afraid, unless it's, as part of a role play.
Maybe some high density atmosphere worlds.
Where we've just not explored good enough. And the bird that you're flying on is the size of a jumbo jet.
And they can't fly in regular atmospheres. There's no point in exporting them.
There we go. Answers for everything. So,
I am mounting. I am. If we're talking about leaving someplace, there is a saddle getting.
there were
slipped on.
extra regulations for bringing an animal aboard. It'd probably actually have to quarantine for a little while.
And never mind.
I'm amazed that you lot don't have to quarantine.
It's been on a quarantine for like 2 weeks.
That's a good point with the travel times.
This is true.
You probably just have to file your medical report upon leaving and then arriving.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
Just give it a medical scan. Give them the medical scan.
give me
upon
another
arrival.
computer operation
Okay.
to register and collect the proper permits so as to not be breaking the law and risk deportation.
By 5.
By 5, you've got the permits sealed. You can take this animal out. You do have to clean up all the poops it does, or you risk heavy fines and potentially deportation.
Okay.
But it doesn't poop that much, and it's also got sanitized metabolism. So I think its poops are quite clean as well. You can pick them up and rub them on your face, and
It's like the little bird poops. They're very dry.
yeah, them ones. Maybe it's got pellets even. Maybe it just hacks up a pellet every now and then.
Bred to be space friendly.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, Alexi, what's the delivery plan?
I don't know. I'm working on it.
You still
Kinda
bagging
thinking-
up weed?
No, actually,
About
knowing
that delivery.
not knowing that we're just gonna get crushed if we
Exported.
try that.
Not necessarily crushed, just, you know.
It's just not worth. It's not worth the
Yeah.
small pettiness of it. Like we have
Yeah,
one
yeah.
big crime to do. Why would we be doing a bunch of smaller crimes?
Honestly, I'm wondering if the ship is shut down, could we just float into orbit using thrusters? Like take a little time and
The shuttle.
yeah.
Yeah, to deorbit.
Could we just like deorbit on that thing like that? Just kind of float down, like totally powered off, and then
go full stealth mode. If they spot you, you look like an asteroid. So long
Yeah.
as you do it sneaky, like, and don't get spotted going invisible.
How would we go back up?
Very
that's a
likely
good-
to get spotted leaving. You could do this if you wanted to leave immediately and potentially be wanted the next time you come back here.
Oh, wait. There's a smuggling compartment on the shuttle as well.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
shuttle's got smuggling compartment.
You planet side folks just need some fresh air before we do another long haul.
I got a big bird that needs to run around.
just
Gina,
need to make-
that research that you did told you that you definitely would not be allowed to take any foreign wildlife down to the planet. It's under a bunch of regulation to preserve the nature.
I don't think they let other animals down there,
That's fair.
You,
but in general, it's a good idea. We'll need breathers, but
Yeah, but you just need to get off. You need to get onto something natural. That's a good lie.
your best bet.
Probably because it's not actually a lie.
Your best bet to do it legally would be to arrange to collect something from the planet's surface.
Oh, yeah.
But that seems to be mostly handled by, the government itself, given this place is so socialized. There are options to sign up
Is
as a foreign
Is there
contractor
something pretty here? Is there something pretty here?
on the planet.
Yeah, like a cool touristy kind of site. Like a waterfall or some shit like that. That's really cool.
It's not touristy, but the icy poles of this planet are somewhat unique. They form like massive mountain ranges as they shift and push into each other that change yearly.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot. We're doing a video shoot there for a couple minutes for my web content or my
Oh, there we go.
video feed, and we'll hit a couple other locations too. That is just like YouTube bullshit.
can you get authorization for that?
That's what you'd need to seek, but that is potentially something that they'd let you go down to the planet for.
Yeah. I will contact. I don't know. Whoever we need to contact. I'll
People
talk to the
love
dock
being-
master here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's see how personable he is. Almost not at all. What's your reaction modifier?
Alright. +1 from like-minded extroverts. Oh shit, you actually would have fucking hated that trip. +2 from others of own kind, space nomads. -2 from others except own kind. -1 or worse from sober-minded citizens.
This guy should, by rights, pull out a gun and shoot you in the face for daring to talk to him. But he's just like, I don't know. That's some government business. Only official permits for visiting. You'll have to make a petition to the Board of Planetary Travel.
Where's that mister? She says, stepping in front of this scary-looking man.
Looks down at you. I know full well what your reaction modifiers are, and by rights, he should pull out a ring and ask you to marry him if you were just a few years older. And he says, "Oh, young lady, well, what you'll want to do is, and he explains all the various forms that you need to fill out, um, and he says that it could take a while, but if you're willing to pay various fees and stipends, you can request an expedited decision, and they'll look into it within a couple of days. And it's all a massive, confusing maze of bureaucracy and different government websites that don't really work very well.
I think, is there an office on on the ring?
Yeah, he will let you know of an office, and there are even um, lawyers that you can hire to do this for you, where you've got a much better chance
Hire?
of it being accepted. He shows you a list of lawyers that are approved to accept money from foreign citizens in foreign currencies for the purposes of immigration and local law.
So he just gives us all data dump basically.
Yeah, he just shows you to all the websites. He gets asked this question a lot, but depending on who asks it him, he's generally just like, "Get the fuck out of here," or "You're a nice little girl."
The lawyers probably frequently give him business cards.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Like there'll be a referral agreement that he's got in place where a lawyer buys him a bottle of whiskey from Off-World every month or something. Uh-huh.
All
How,
right.
how about a quick break? We've been going a
I
while.
think so.
Yeah.
Sure.
We'll be right back in about 5 minutes. We're back. So, you've docked at Planet. You've been told to keep your noses clean because they know about your bounties, and though they have got a no extradition policy, if you do anything illegal here, they will deport you and likely give you to the people who your bounties are with in order to recoup costs. And you've got some TL-0 missile launchers relative to this location that you deliver into the planet's surface. God knows what a guy down there living on an abandoned mining platform in the middle of a giant ocean wants them for. It's not really your job
We
to
don't ask
ask.
questions.
Yeah. The customer
I'm
is.
kind of pretending that most of us don't actually know what we're delivering yet. We just assume it's whatever.
I mean, yeah, you might not have opened the box. I mean, you know it's arms because it's from an arms dealer.
I
Fair.
think in general we just don't open crates.
That's also fair.
I like that. It's a good new policy.
Yeah, yeah. It. We could even use it as a selling point. I don't want to know what I don't actually want to know what I'm transporting.
We don't care what it is. And bottom of your billboard on Headata.
As long as it's not people. I care if it's people.
No people.
Yeah.
No
We
people.
don't care what it is, as long as
There's-
it's not
it's-
people.
It's not a no people rule. It's a no cryo container.
Stable
rule.
goods only.
Yeah.
No refrigerated cargo. Or bio-monitored cargo.
So we'll ship people in cages?
Yeah, if they're in a cage and it's like a clear cage,
Well,
you can see that it's clearly a
but if-
person in there.
If it's a clear cage that it's clearly a person in there, you can just expand your list to be like no people.
the
Fair.
first time you pick up a shipment of people in cages, you will update the billboard.
Somebody tries to pull that, we do the whole, we shouldn't have to mention that.
Yeah, this.
But anyway, I do have a question.
Go on.
Would it be better to do this logistical bullshit in person or online?
Right. Varies from place to place. There's some places, like you said, where that could help to go in person, or it could hinder you. Have you got a current affairs for anywhere?
It does not look like it.
A lot
I
of
mean,
it.
I could do a quick research. if
Yeah,
you
give
want,
me
at a minute.
give me a research -2.
Oh, I didn't have the modifier up, so
Oh yeah, you still
deduct
make
it
it
from
by
that.
loads. In person is likely to be a bit quicker. You can get a guaranteed review of your application within 2 days if you pay the fee online. But if you go in person and say that you want to pay this fee and manage to get an appointment with someone, then it's likely to be a lot quicker. Like maybe today you could have permission.
Okay, well, guys, should I do this alone, or does someone want to come with me?
I'll go.
You are her guardian.
After all.
All right, get on your little doom buggy. I'm gonna ride this thing out of here, because Daisy needs a run.
Clippity cloppity. The nearest administrative building is like less than 100 kilometers away. You will have to ride some public transportation, but there is public transportation that you can ride Daisy on.
Everyone's staring.
Everyone is staring, yes.
I'll get us a hotel with a stable.
I mean, she can always go back into the ship, but it's just
Give me a search at
I
-1, please, to find a hotel with a stable.
Nice.
Why don't we just stay on the ship?
I mean, that's an
Why
option.
waste your money?
because Gina likes hotels.
Gina wants an excuse to get off the ship and go gamble.
It's been 2 weeks after all.
I mean, she's been asleep for most of it.
You can't find a hotel with a stable, but you can find a hotel within 10 minutes walking distance of a stable that would accept avian riding animals.
That'll work.
And this hotel's a fancy one. It costs you like 100 entertainment chits a night to stay here. You'd have to save up for 2 years to spend 2 nights in this hotel on this planet. But you can just spend a
Sounds
shit ton
good.
of money. It's like
But the interesting stuff's going on over there.
there is pretty much no difference between, or there is nothing in between status minus 0.5 and status 2 on this planet.
Fair.
You go from very bare and just the basics to lavish.
And by fair, I mean not fair at all.
Yeah, not that fair. Yeah, government building with Hui and Silver. You arrive on a riding animal.
On a motorcycle and a riding animal.
Has Hui got a motorcycle?
I think we got an ATV.
Does he know how to ride that?
I don't think I know how to drive that.
Public transport's fine. You just have to
Okay.
run ahead of him and then turn around and run back.
I know how. I know how to do bicycle. I know how to do a bicycle. Would that
He has a
work for
bicycle.
the
He's just like,
motorcycle?
holy crap, this is so fast, this bird.
Yeah, you're on the bicycle trying to keep up with that bird. And you cannot, so you give up pretty quickly.
If that's the case, when I beat him there, I will just hang out there and like be feeding her some greens or something like that.
Big leafy
Out of
greens,
hand.
cute.
And then anyone else who is like wants to come over and talk about the bird is welcome too.
Lots of people want to
chatting
talk
there.
about the bird. Yeah, you've got a crowd. Just like, what the fuck is this? This kind of thing. Some police will come over and be like, be careful with your bird, young lady. You got all the permits for that bird, young lady. And you have.
There's the bird.
And they stroke your bird and nod and go about the business.
Daisy's getting attention.
Yeah. This, like, kids run up and be like, wow, you got a bird. Mum, I want a bird. Can I have a bird? And it's
Let's
like,
ruin that parent's day.
yeah, where did you get that bird?
I actually don't know.
Yeah, no, you do not. You
So
bought
what
that
you're trying
bird.
to say is that the bird is the word.
No.
Wah wah.
Banned. One day. You get kicked out, you get arrested and deported for saying that. Well, you...
Are there camera bots, by the way, in this universe?
camera bots.
Like little drone, like recording bots?
Oh, like a drone that you can have follow you.
Probably
Yeah.
depends on the tech level.
Yeah, yeah, they exist on this planet. They would exist, but they they reserved for use by like the armed forces and government
Well, I
news
don't want to buy one
agencies.
now, but in the future, I'm gonna buy a cameraman bot when we get to a place I can actually buy a cameraman bot.
I think Canam's gonna be the place to buy all kinds
Yeah,
of toys.
exactly.
Oh yeah, Kanam's off the hook, bruv, off the chain.
But yes, I will probably have a halter lock, like something where I can actually lock her in place on like a bike stand or something.
So you can just drag the entire bike stand along with her.
I mean, I'll find one that's bolted down.
Yeah, it's in the concrete. You're good.
In the concrete?
And
Do they use a lot of concrete on the space station?
Probably not. I mean, it's a ring world, so there's substrate, there is water on it, there is farms.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's a good point.
so yeah, it's some kind of stony, concretey substrate. The outer shell of it is actually like just really thick foam for the most part. Expanded.
To absorb asteroids.
Yeah, to absorb micrometeoroids and what have you. Silver just came back onto a little avatar screen, like from the side, at 100 miles an hour. It's just like, no, I'm back.
I don't know why they did that. Anyway, but yeah.
The people don't seem too impressed with your request. You get to the right table, and you explain what you want to do, and they say that this can be arranged for the fees, of course, and you'll have to schedule a flight plan as well, and that's a different department for scheduling the flight plan. But if you can make me a wealth roll at a +4, then you'll be able to pay the fees to get a permit to schedule a flight plan to go down to the planet. Your ship will be inspected on departure and arrival back at the station, though.
Shuttle.
The shuttle only, yeah.
Oh, what the hell? Oh, I did.
How did you roll
+4.
19 on a 3d6, bro?
I rolled a +4. I'll roll that again. Or you could just -4 from it.
6 plus
That's a
6
bad
plus
roll.
3 is 15.
Yeah.
That would have been
I
a
don't make
failure
it
by
out.
1, right?
Yeah.
Hui, you see that she's not quite got the converted funds to pay for it. You could try and chip in.
Sure. I'll chip in what is it? He would have probably
3d6.
He has been saving for a while. 3d6, got it.
And that's fine, Gina. A streetwise first,
14?
though, Gina, please. Oh, no, wait, never mind. That already got sorted. 14. You can just cover it between you both, but you've both lost.
He didn't have the minus though. He had a 15. I had a minus on my thing. You said it was +5 before.
Yeah, correct. So he makes it. You're all right, but you're both down 1. So,
Okay.
Hui, you're now down to a +5 wealth mod, a +4 wealth mod, and you're down to +3.
So I'm at a 13 then.
13. Trying to remember what Gina's numbers mean again. That looks like a success by 11. Aha, so it did. All right.
Gina starts to go looking for her gambling, and will probably be interrupted, but she at least gets her. She gets her gambling on a little bit.
Yeah. Just a little bit. Alexei, would you go with Gina, or are you doing spaceship maintenance stuff?
I think Alexi would probably be getting the cargo from one smuggling container to another.
Okay. You think that you've got a while to do it as well. Um, so you'd be able to get a +1 if you need to spend a full day to get a +2. But for now, you can get a +1 to a smuggling
I'll
check.
take the +1. Plus whatever bonuses the containers themselves grant.
Success by 5. That's pretty good. Remember that success by 5 that you had. Plus container bonuses. What was I at? Permits got. Smuggling containers prepared. Cargo maneuvered. All that's left is to request and file a flight plan. And you will need Alexi's help for that, Silver. Altogether, though, you do spend like 3 hours in that government building, waiting in lines, before spending like 5 minutes with someone who tells you you're in the wrong place. And then
Okay, but
like another hour's journey back to the shuttle. Unless you go to the stables where Jean has set up a hotel room.
yeah, if she lets us know about that.
Yeah, totally. She
Yeah.
sends out a text.
So Gina, the place that you're going, how high are the stakes? Oh, you said in the stake there.
Pretty high.
Pretty freaking high.
That's what she's building towards. The actual number is 1/8 of that. But
Got
that's
ya.
the number that's like being pushed around.
Okay. So you get into some stuff to begin with. You go to one place that Alexi told you about that were listed, and you kind of clear them out, and they just like wow. And then as a couple of them are right Mardy and leaving, the dealer suggests another place to you, and says if they like you there, they might let you go to this other place. And so, yeah, you're just arriving at the second place when Silver updates that you need to request a flight plan now, and Alexi needs to figure that out. And so
Sounds like they're doing well.
Pretty much. But Gina, you feel like you might be gambling for another 12 hours, maybe 24 straight. You've been at places like this where you've gambled for 30 hours straight.
That sounds like a great way to spend time to her.
I like to imagine that's where it is anyway. Anyone seen
absolutely.
The Colour of Money, is it called? With the guy who makes the salad dressings?
I have not.
What's his name? Paul Newman?
Paul Newman?
Yeah, he's a pool hustler. And the first pool match he plays is one that lasts more than 24 hours with a guy called, like, Big Fats or something.
I have seen that.
It's a good movie.
It is. It's great. And yeah, absolutely. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Totally checks out.
So yeah, you're kind of just getting into it when they ask you for an update on what you're up to. Oh, I will also point out, give me body language, give me streetwise.
I'm doing okay. I could use a day or two, though.
And yeah, that's a good answer, essentially. Oh, wow. So yeah, these guys at the second place definitely mean business. They're all armed. They mention a name, but it's not familiar to you. No one's recognised you're crazy like that, though.
That's good.
And they're excited to play with you. You're almost positive that someone else here is cheating.
That would have been a success if it's like a looking for cheating stuff.
Yeah,
She's much better at that.
yeah, someone is definitely cheating here. It's
That's okay. At this level, she sort of expects that the table is cheating.
oh yeah, the table, of course,
Like
cheats to a degree.
everyone here should be cheating. Like it's only fair. That's part of the game.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But you do wonder if maybe you'll want some backup. Because another few hours pass. Let's look away for a little bit. Alexa, you need to file a flight plan. Give me a. Have you got? Just be navigation space, I think. Maybe navigation air if you've got it.
I do not have navigation air.
Roll navigation space again, please. This time it's at like a -3. You've got maps as well that are granting secret bonuses, though. It's not the most difficult thing. Yeah, you're good. You can plot a flight plan and you submit it for review. That takes you about an hour. Silver and Hui, is there anything you want to get up to for the next couple of hours? 4 hours or so?
Do you need to do anything else, Silver?
I mean, if there's nothing to do, she is gonna do shooting stuff, like just YouTuber bullshit
Yep, vlog.
content.
I will just hang around with Silver as she's doing the YouTube content, helping her out whatever she is doing, like holding up the horse, and maybe getting her one of those caramel apples once they go, like once they see one of those sellers or whatever snacks they sell in the back.
Yeah. You see a seller who's like, oh, entertainment chits only. But then you manage to arrange a barter. He takes credits on the sly.
Nice. Yeah, I'll get her a few, so she can have something while she's doing her takes.
Yeah, don't need a roll.
When you get character points in, you need to take it would be hilarious if you take videography as a skill, like cinematography. I just keep handing you the camera.
We love this new sort of like framing that's in all these shots, Silver. It's really great. It's really inspired, and you're like, huh, Hui filmed all these.
Got such a weird professional immaturity to it.
Dogma 95, mate.
Like, we know you totally meant to do it this way.
Oh yeah, it's an artistic choice. It's not cameraman error. What am I about to say? What are we about to do? Alexei, flight plan filed. There is spaceship maintenance to be doing, for sure. Give me mechanic. High performance spacecraft. Jeez.
No, there isn't.
Nice.
Amazing. I mean, there was, but you bashed it right out there.
You would have found the gun.
It was one of those moments where he was like pulling apart, and you realize like, wait, but this thing's only just gumming up the works.
You just made something more efficient. You just removed some redundancy. Oh no, wait. Redundancy is a bad thing to remove. But you removed something that was not needed. It was gumming up the works. What you said. Gina. You're positive
Uh,
that guy's cheating, but you've not really been paying much attention to the other guys because they've not been doing that well, really.
sure, sure.
But suddenly, in the middle of a hand, the dealer pulls a gun out from underneath the card table and shoots the player to your left in the face and chest like 3 times. And
God damn.
another one of the patrons, just like the illegal cigarette is smoking, drops out of his mouth. And it's like, oh shit. It was that
What the fuck?
obvious. Dealer puts the gun on the table, gently, barrel smoking. It was suppressed, but still pretty loud, obviously.
Sure, sure.
And he says, fucker wasn't playing by the rules. And he got what he deserved. Table's closed for today. But the rest of you, you're alright. Or at least you seem like you're alright. And then he slides cards across the table to all of you with an address. This table's opening up in 2 hours. The buy-in is 10 million.
Whew.
And then he says, I wouldn't stick around too long if I was you. And he picks the pistol back up, puts it inside his jacket, picks up his coat and hat and leaves, leaving the dead body where it is. He collects the bullet. No, one of the like bouncers that were here picks up the bullet casings that fell out the gun. What am I on about? It's TL9 caseless pistol.
God, I thought you were gonna say one of the guys like pulls out some pliers or whatever and goes after the bullets.
No, but
Which, ew. Gina does not stick around to see.
yeah, the young guy who were obviously cheating, but like you could spot it easily. He collars you in the corridor outside, and he says, "You heading to the other place?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
But
Fun playing
I-
with you.
Yeah, you too.
You got
I think I'm gonna go get changed though. Like, I think I got some of the splatter.
yeah, no problem, no worries. You got the you got the buy-in? You good for the pot? Need a little help?
Maybe? Probably?
I got a guy can do loans, 10,000% weekly. But yeah. Let me
This
know
is
when we
where
get
she
there.
would-
I'll bring extra.
Alright, appreciate it. Thanks.
Cool.
And she'll get in touch with the group, see what they're up to.
Probably about supper time, really. Bit later. Probably about bedtime, actually, given the time you came out of cryo sloop.
Mhm.
Based on your sleep patterns, anyway. This
Right.
planet's got its own weird clock that we don't need to get into too much. I should check its rotational period because that will affect. But the ring world then is slightly different. Because it depends on the period that rotates, and there's probably like shutters. some
Mhm.
some sick spray art you're doing. I like it. We could probably
Oh.
say that they use close enough to the galactic calendar. And you
Well,
probably set up your...
she'll send out a message inviting people for dinner.
Yeah, it's a late supper. It's like eating at a restaurant at 9 p.m.-ish.
Seems reasonable to most of us.
Yeah.
At least Gina. The font is pretty fantastic. Well done.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Do people just show up? Is everyone on board? We going to get dinner with Gina at a restaurant on this ring?
Sure.
Yeah.
Try some local cuisine. Lots of seafood. Lots of seafood from animals that, most of you don't know the names of.
As long as it's fried and tasty, it doesn't matter.
Some of it's fried. It's all tasty, mostly. I feel like it's one of those barbecue-y restaurants where you've got a cooking device at the table
Hmm.
and just order lots of mystery
Hibachi
meals.
places.
Yeah. And it's very tasty.
So how did your guys' day go? As successful as mine? She seems to be in a good
Lines
mood.
everywhere.
Yeah, your feet are a bit silver.
Are you at least done with them? Like success?
Yeah, it cost us a decent amount, but we got all the things we need to get to our locations.
Cool. Great.
We do actually have to stop at all these places, though.
Yep.
And do some recording. Otherwise, they're gonna, like,
Get
Fair.
suspicious.
suspicious, yeah.
Yeah, here is a question because according okay, give me I don't want to like give you too much help with this, You have got to stop somewhere to make a delivery. You know that. Did you want to tell the people that you were going to be stopping there and potentially blow up this guy's spot who you're selling to?
Or just arrange so that we fly over that area.
Yeah.
Between
Or
Yeah,
two
just
that's
places.
what I figured. It was just gonna be like
Yeah,
a
fly over the area.
flyover.
Oh, okay, so the
If
delivery
they
point.
ask, we can be like, we just saw some cool abandoned thing and thought, hey, let's check it out.
Cool.
Or we said we had some engine problems. We had to touch down for a minute. We fixed it.
But mostly fly pretty low, so they have a hard
Yeah.
time telling in general.
Yeah. All perfect. I'm happy with that. Yeah, you've submitted that. It's still pending approval. It might not be until the next morning that you get that. The local
It might be.
time is galactic calendar, 9 p.m. ish. Sunshades are closing around the areas that you're in to maintain people's circadian rhythms.
Well, that's good to hear. When were you looking to get started?
Whenever we're good, ready to
We
go.
should
it's gonna
go
take a couple
fucking
days.
now. I got the ship ready to go. I think we should just go. These people don't want us here, and I gotta be
Luke
honest.
said it's gonna take a couple days, right?
Well, it's going to take at least 12 hours, you think, because the place that approves
Okay.
the flight plans is likely closed.
Okay.
And then they will give you a time slot when you're allowed to depart and a time that you must return by.
Well, if you're interested,
yes.
Alexi, I'm probably going to be doing an all-nighter thing. Honestly, probably all of you. Then she sort of looks over at Silver, not quite sure if that is true.
What you doing?
Lexi's still in.
High roller table, but there should be a pretty decent sort of lounge area for looky-loos.
Oh yeah, usually is.
Yeah, like the whole like hobnobbing and such.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, it might be a decent place to meet some of the underworld folks you'd like to talk to.
Now that sounds like a fantastic. Why am I wrong fucking accent? That sounds like a fantastic idea.
Wait, Silver?
Sure, why not?
Bringing a kid.
Of course. Those are really profitable. Right? Yes, that's the last time he remembers.
You chopped out a bit there.
Yeah,
What
quite
was
a
that?
bit.
I was saying that he remembers the time that you were asking people to chip in for your games, and you returned with a lot of games.
Hmm.
True.
That's what he meant.
I don't think I've got a map set up for this, Brad. I should get one. There is a map that I never use, but it's not nice enough. Let me just check. They've not got one saved. Everything that happens is going to be within movement range anyway. We can just imagine
Fair.
this, I think. So
Works for me.
it is it's a warehouse. It looks like an electronics warehouse. What you arrive at. Um, you do not get. Is anyone first off? Is anyone smuggling a gun or weapon or armor?
I've had my wrist thing at a holdout for a long time now.
Also, yes.
Are you
That
guys
thing is
going packing?
designed for stealth.
Okay.
Yes, but I'm pretty good at getting them past bouncers and stuff.
Yeah, well, so is Alexi. If everybody else is packing, he's packing.
Cool.
Because I think my holdout was like by a +6 when we rolled it when we initially like built this thing.
Yeah,
When we eventually camouflaged it.
yeah. I think you're okay. And either way, if you're not walking in full Beskar steel or carrying a shotgun, you'll be fine.
Fair.
They do not check you.
They believe in mutually assured destruction here.
Pretty much. But you get led through the warehouse, and a sort of room area has been set up in the middle of this warehouse by stacking boxes with computing equipment in them up around the walls. A really fancy rug's been laid down, and there's furniture. There is a bar with a waiter and a couple of bartenders, and then there is a big round, like 8-seater card table with a pretty fancy looking dealer. A few people already sat down. You see that guy from earlier stood over at the bar, and he waves at you.
She'll smile back and head over.
The bartender says, "What will you be drinking, madam?"
Let's go with insert some kind of fancy girly martini.
Yeah, he starts making it for you. It's an open bar.
Ooh.
A young woman trots up who's fairly tall, but not as tall as Alexi. She looks like she's a slightly different, genetic makeup to anyone you've met before, really.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly a genetic local of the planet whose parents or the self emigrated as a child to the ring. Runs up and says, "Oh, hello. Who's in your
Hi.
party? Has everyone followed up behind Gina, or are you splitting up in this area?"
If Gina went straight to the bar, then yes.
What will you be drinking, sir?
Uh,
The other bartender asks Alexi.
Gin martini.
That gets made.
Shaken, not stirred.
Hmm. It's a reference they don't get. They've not got all your old videotapes that you have, that you watch in while everyone else is asleep. Hui, what are you drinking?
he's probably drinking some good old age hard liquor, like a whiskey or a cognac or something.
They've got some fancy bottles that you recognise on display. And the young woman who
Seltzer water,
approached,
please.
just a water for Silver.
Seltzer water.
Seltzer water. Yeah, they've got one of the glass jars with a pump on it that they squirted out her. Who in your party's playing?
That would be me. These are here for moral support. Smiles.
I'm here for the booze.
She also takes what is obviously like a decorated jewelry box out of her purse. I understand there's a entry fee.
There is indeed. Play will be done by chips. The house will hold the money. We can assure you it's very safe. She gestures over to an actual safe that seems to be guarded by 4 men with submachine guns, very fancy looking submachine guns.
She a little hesitantly goes over and hands over the box.
They take it and inspect it. Are you pay? Are you paying
It
your entry
has a
fee
wealth
in
check
jewelry?
inside.
It has a wealth check inside. Awesome. She opens it and nods and says, "This is sufficient." It gets put in the
I
safe.
imagine it's like high-end jewelry that she collects and uses as sort of barter means.
Mm-hmm. Someone probably inspects it with a jeweler's loupe.
Totally.
And then you get given your chips.
Thank you. Heads back over to the others. Are you guys going to be good here? Are you guys going to not cause too much trouble here?
Trouble. Trouble. Us. Trouble. When have we ever been trouble?
We laugh and just keeps drinking.
It looks like every gambler must have brought at least one friend with them. It looks like
Absolutely.
every gambler's brought at least one bodyguard with him as well. Observation from people looking into this sort of stuff.
Absolutely.
I have this skill. Just need to find it. Wow, World 20 is being really slow now. Okay,
Oh
there we
dear,
go.
Gina.
All right, getting all those bad rolls out of my system.
Yep.
Do not have it.
Not on my end.
I swear, yep.
Silver's got you. Nice roll, Alexi.
He's already getting carousing. Drunk.
Yeah, I think you've spotted the guy that you want to take home tonight, or you want to take you home tonight.
Aha!
Or possibly somewhere during intermission.
Ooh, yeah. Let's see if we can close this deal by intermission and not go anywhere.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, nice.
But I see things.
Mm-hmm. The house has a lot of guards. Maybe a total of 10 people armed with them submachine guns. 4 that seem to stick around the safe. 2 on patrol. And then another 4 dotted around. Like at the entrances and exits to the building. All the bodyguards and guests of the gamblers are here in this area that's been set up. It's quite large, and there's only a couple of the gamblers that have already sat down at the table, and no one's allowed to stand very close to it, it seems. No one's specifically said that, but just based on the way people are stood, you understand
Sure,
that.
it's the custom.
Mm-hmm.
And the large dudes with guns.
Yep.
And if you're helping cheat, it's going to be super obvious, so...
Truth.
Yep.
But yeah, you clock a guy who's like just sitting down as you're all starting to get your drinks served. He's wearing the stereotypical white suit and white hat, but he's brought the most security. He's not brought any air quote guests, and he's only got 4 bodyguards.
But he's dressed well, so.
He's dressed well. The rest of them have all either brought 1 or 2 bodyguards, and most of them have just brought very attractive women and men as guests. Not just women and men, androgynous people too. Yeah,
All sorts of attractive people.
all sorts of
I'm
attractive
sure
people.
Alexi will manage somehow.
Yeah,
You get
yeah,
away with
no. Alexi finds his mark and makes the approach. How you doing tonight?
it. How are you doing?
Oh, good.
No, sorry, I was mocking you.
Oh,
They look you up and down. They're like, pretty good. These things can be quite boring, and they can last a long time.
oh, really?
I'll be taking
I don't.
advantage of the bar.
I already have. What's your poison?
They shake the glass. Just vodka. Just old-fashioned, straight-up vodka, or anything clear that's stronger.
Back on the flotilla, we used to make this thing in the engines that would fucking make you go blind.
And then they just like, you're an interesting one, aren't you?
No, I could say the same.
So, I think by the time the game's like starting, Alexi's already disappeared.
Perfect.
One of the gamblers is like, "Where did my guest go?" And Silver, the person that asks that question, you saw him with the person Alexi walked away with.
Yeah, I mean, I figured.
You figured. Well, I can't really go much longer, honestly.
Fair.
As you mingle, Hui and Silver, anything you want to get up to? You gonna strike up any conversations? Silver, I think you get conversationed yourself. Someone will walk up and say, "I know you."
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Who is it? What type of person is it?
It's a woman. She is quite young, probably mid-20s or heavily surgeried 30s. Wearing a cocktail dress that's highly revealing. She's like, Kardashian almost looking.
Definitely
So
somebody's
she's got a
plus one.
spoon on her head?
Somebody's +1. Yeah. It's like,
Really? Do I know her?
almost definitely not. No.
Okay.
No, you don't. But she seems nice and she looks great. And she's just like, "Oh, why are you and what are you doing here? Who did you come with?"
Oh, I sometimes come to these types of things. I was once at a place that turned out to be an animal fighting ring. Then a bunch of dudes came in and shot up the place, and like all the animals got out, and it was terrifying.
It's just like, you are fascinating. I think by like the end of the first round, when it's coming up to the first intermission, Alexi's. Oh no, wait, Hui, what are you up to? Sorry, are you just sticking with Silver?
Well, he's keeping an eye on Silver. He's keeping an eye on everyone, just making sure they're fine. He's having his drink. He's just being talk shy with the bartender, just not speaking and using the translator mostly.
Cool. You're talking to the bartender. I like it. But yeah, by the time Alexi comes back with that person and it's the first intermission, Silver's got a crowd of all the gorgeous women that got brought as +1s. This like, all 4 of the wives have gathered around Silver.
I'm doing drawings for them.
And Gina, it's not been going great for you. You're positive that everyone is cheating. And
Yeah, but it's frustrating because they're doing a better job than me.
yeah, slightly better job than you. So far, at least. You've got no reason to suspect that stuff's going to go to shit, but it still could. And, you can still bring it back, definitely. It's only the first
It's
intermission.
we're not done yet. Yeah.
Yeah, you've only been going like 2 hours. And yeah, in the interest of skipping forward, I think we should
Yep.
accelerate to shit going down and then call it a night.
Totally.
How does that sound to everyone?
Sure.
So,
Sounds good.
Gina, based on your roles, it looked like you might have caused some shit to go down, potentially?
Did I?
Or no, maybe not.
I mean, she was cheating, but she was cheating very well.
Yeah, you were. No, I think in the interest of shit going down, it will go down in the form of a raid.
Fair.
Yeah, so a lot of time's gonna have passed. People might want to have left. A lot of the guests have left. Some of the bodyguards have been relieved by bodyguards on the next shift. The sun is rising, we'll say. The sunshades are lifting, and it is the AM. 7 AM. It's been going all night.
Mhm.
Gina, you're kinda even right now. One more hand could bring you back to, lots of money.
Sure.
But after all night, you're pretty much even. And
Well, even's better than broke.
you and 3 other players still aren't showing any signs of slowing down. There's one player who's like definitely gonna die if his luck doesn't change in the next hand. Because just based on his body language, he clearly has not got the capital to back up his loan for this game.
That's concerning.
Concerning for him for sure. And so yeah, it's been all night. Silver, Hui, Alexi, how many of you have stuck around? I mean, there's plenty of places to sneak off to and have a nap. There's also plenty of coffee.
She probably would have gotten bored at some point and pieced the fuck out.
Checks out.
I feel like
much as I
Alexi.
hate-
Go on, Hui.
Or either that. Oh no, Luke, can I cancel that?
Go on. Yeah.
Or the people who are swooning over her, like some of them staying.
A couple of them are staying. The first one who spoke to you, she's still here. She would have had a nap at one point and then woke up stronger than ever and gone back on the clear booze.
I think she falls asleep on that lady's lap or something.
Oh,
some
okay.
point.
So yeah, as the sun's rising, you and her are both waking up together. She's like, I'm kind of refreshed. And Hui, what were you about to say?
Oh, I was gonna say, Silver wanted to leave to take a nap somewhere else. He would have taken her back.
Oh, okay.
Whatever that was staying. But if she's gonna stay there, he's probably gonna take a nap by the bar. Yeah. Just keeping an eye on everyone, making sure they're fine.
Cool. The
He drives the drunken stupid.
bar staff and waiter will like bring people blankets when they're looking sleepy and stuff.
Oh, how nice.
Alexi, what were you saying you were gonna have done?
I was just thinking, like, Alexi probably would have like found more of a party. So like either he's still at the bar and there's like a game of quarters or something going on like in a corner somewhere with him and a few of the other guests.
Okay. Very good. And Gina obviously has been awake all night gambling. So I really will want to look up the staying awake rules.
I was gonna say we're all suffering those penalties right now.
Yeah. Basic set. Injuries.
If you were about to do a cliffhanger, though, you
Yeah.
might want to look those rules up.
Yeah.
Now, next game.
We could easily just do the cliffhanger and then see what's going on. So, yeah, it's the middle of a hand, and the dealer puts his hand to his ear and then stands up and says, "Everyone's got to get the fuck out, we're being raided. Collect your shit now, you know we're good for it." Get that safe open, he points at him. And as the safe's being opened, you hear gunshots from, like, you know, the entryway that you came in last night. And then you hear, like, police get shouted. And the person who we're just about to lose, like, says, "This is a fucking setup, I knew it!" Everyone's waking up who were asleep.
I
And...
mean, that lady just. Oh wait, it's we're stopping. Never mind.
No, wait,
Yeah,
wait. What were you going to say, Silver?
Oh, I was just about to say, if she's starting to run, I'm piecing out with her because I don't know where the rest of my group is.
Nice.
I think Alexi was just about to say he was gonna start getting everybody grouped together and looking for the exit.
Okay. Gina.
Apparently, some people have started to see him in a leadership role, so.
Gina's going to collect her things because she's not running out of here without going by the vault.
Okay, so yeah, you stand up. The people at the safe, the young woman's running over and she's opening the safe right now, typing in the 16-digit code. When one of the armed guards next to us chest just explodes in blood and glass falls from the ceiling. It had tinted blacked out skylights, and there are, you know, the classic 6 people rappelling down in SWAT gear, aiming guns down at the crowd and shooting at the people that have got guns there.
Yeah, they said they're good for it.
So yeah, I think that's a good ending point. We had Everoth.
Hello, I was Severus playing by you. You're now newly father, flight cargo attendant.
Legally father.
Yeah.
Kinda. It's a guardianship, not an adoption. We had Lee.
And he's my man.
Is your
Hi,
man?
I'm Lee. I play Gina, and she may have forgot to mention that this was an illegal establishment. Sorry, guys.
They might have
We
picked
all
up on
just
that,
assumed.
given it's like an Apple store. Well, an Apple warehouse. We had James.
Hey, I am James. I play Alexi, the pilot of this group. I guess.
Yeah.
I lost cognitive function for like 20 seconds, so I
Don't worry about it.
apologize.
You regained it, which is the important part.
Yeah, that is the most important part. And we had Tara.
Hey, I'm Tara. I play Silver Liv. And she is piecing out with some lady.
Yeah. She's like, hold my heels, little girl. We gotta run. So yeah, we'll be back on Thursday with Star Trek, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Sunday again with this, and potentially sometime in between with more Dungeon Fantasy and GURPS. With Kobold Cafe, you can find it just about everywhere at koboldcafe.com. Oh no, wait, you can find it just about everywhere at Kobold Cafe, and our website is thekoboldcafe.com. Really fudged that one. Say bye, everybody.
Bye.
Hey.
Goodbye.